Tyler Water Treatment Plant is in the process of getting some much needed upgrades to equipment that's been at this facility since the very beginning. The Golden Road Water Treatment Plant is on the city's east side off Golden Road, near the Loop. As KLTV7's Lauren Tier tells us, there are several filters and clarifiers that are in need of rehabilitation to maximize this plant's efficiency.
Water treatment plant clarifiers and filters are essential to distributing clean drinking water to people and businesses. They're the last pieces of equipment to treat the water before it hits your faucet. At the Golden Road plant, some of the equipment is years past its efficient lifespan. While they still work, they decrease the plant's daily production capacity.
By rehabilitating them, it'll increase water flow throughout the plant and reduce maintenance costs associated with backwashing.
The useful lifespan is about 50 years, and the 4 filters included in this project are 60. The city says previous directors and city councils put the projects off for years until 2016, when they started the first phase. This is the last phase of rehabilitating all 16 filters at Golden Road. Tyler Water Utilities project engineer Nikki Ingram says they will help get the plant's capacity up to 28 million gallons of water per day. Before the water makes it to the filters, it has to go through the clarifiers, 2 of which are part of this project.
They're just old. The mechanisms in them are past their useful life and deteriorating.
Clarifiers are responsible for separating and collecting any solids in the water as it's processed.
We're going to be in design phase for about a year.
This is what the other clarifiers will somewhat look like after the repairs in the next few years. The goal is to make sure this plant could handle the demands of the entire city if the Lake Palestine water treatment plant ever goes down. In compliance with the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality, the clarifiers must be complete by 2027. Lauren Tier, KLTV 7 News.
The design phase cost more than $1 million, while the estimated construction will cost more than $7.5 million. Construction is not expected to begin until April of 2026, and we're told it should last about 2 years.